Friends, welcome to another episode. My name is Georgia Ashara, and this today episode is about tapping into your innate abilities, into your healing abilities, and really going beyond some of these modalities that are out there and giving you a perspective that maybe you're aware of, maybe it's something that is a concept and you're still struggling and feeling that you need to go through lots of certifications to feel worthy and capable of tapping into energy and healing. So I'm going to give you a little bit about my story and my background with this because I've obviously been there. I'm I'm notorious for learning and education, as many of my friends would know, and that's okay as well. Like, I think that it's also really beautiful when we do all this energy healing and these protocols, because we learn so much. We learn what we do like, we learn what we don't like, and it gives us a safe space to practice and evolve and to grow and to have mentors who've been there and done that as well before us. The only thing that I see quite often is that people are, you know, creating all these different courses, all these different types of healing modalities. I mean, there's so many different Reiki things out there now, which really, I don't know if the penny's dropped for everybody, but all these people have done is they've gone through maybe Reiki modalities themselves. Maybe they haven't even done that, but they've just gone through a system to patent, to create their own course, their own modality, and get the certification backing to say, like, hey, this is my modality, I created it, and now I'm selling it as mine and nobody else can use this name. But really, it's just come through them because they are in alignment with source creation, or not, I don't know, but potentially they've come and had this beautiful experience with the divine, who's given them codes, who's given them teachings and wisdoms to develop and create a system. And everyone has that ability to do that, really, if they truly are to sit with that and want and open up to that energy and that creative outlet. And that's okay. Like I said, it's okay to do that, but we must also not just take the power away from everybody else and make it be like, this is the way, this is the only way to do it. And you're not a healer and you can't heal people if you don't have this certification, because guess what? Certifications didn't always exist either. They haven't always been there. And I get why they are there. They are there to obviously moderate to some degree people who could be charlatans and not have good intent and goodwill. But this is where it comes in. If we're doing lots of spiritual practice and lots of inner work and inner healing within ourselves to really tune into our intuition, most likely you're not going to work with those people anyway, are you? Because you're going to be thinking, well, they don't really feel very good. I can feel them. I can feel that there's something not authentic there. They're not doing this with the intention to actually heal me. They actually maybe just want money, or maybe they want my energy, or whatever it is, right? So we just don't go there. We don't have to go there because we're in our sovereignty to choose that. Or maybe we've had experiences like that, and that's also learning, right? Because we're here on the human experience, learning with each other. We're all divine source creation, learning from each other, a unique expression, and that can be hard to have to deal with sometimes when we've had things like that happen. But we do learn and grow from that. We know even more. We have even more discernment, more understanding, and I like to think that creates a pivot to be more empowered. So yes, those are the things that have happened, and like I said, I was going to share my story with you. My story is that, I started off with Reiki, the UC Reiki method, and did my level 1. I was young, I was in my early 20s, and I just loved this idea of healing, and this energy to me seemed so beautiful. And I'd only had it once, and I barely even remembered it. Actually, it was only the last couple of years that it's like, oh, actually, I did have a session before going for this training, which is really bizarre that I hadn't remembered. I guess it felt very dreamlike. But I knew about this Reiki from this woman who was doing Pilates with me, had just done her Reiki one, and I was like, what is that? It just suddenly, light bulb moment. It was like, this is something. I was actually coming out of depression, and that's why I was doing Pilates. I was doing things to get myself out of a depression naturally. I was like doing the yoga and the Pilates, and I was starting to meditate very early on, and this thing just seemed like was the thing for me. So I have it as such a gift in my life because it really did pivot me much further into spirituality, into energy work, on a much deeper level, because I hadn't been doing all those things before. I was always aware of ghosts and spirits, and I loved all that kind of things, and aliens, I was always into that. But to take it into a practice and have a regular practice was what really started to shift my life anyway. So doing that, it felt like that was the proper thing to do to start accessing healing energy. And it was a very profound experience as well. I really felt high, and all this energy and colors, and wow, it was just amazing. I felt amazing. And then I went through a very deep journey after that. And, there was a family loss, and lots of things actually happened around this time that I'd gone through this achievement. So my intuitive energy senses had just really increased, and lots of things started to happen and unfold there. But it became a process, and it actually was a very long process. It wasn't like I've seen some people who do 1, 2, and 3, or 1 and 2 very close together. But I actually had a few years, I think, where I had at least 1 year where I had gone through this process with this Reiki. But I feel like it was a couple of years, and I'd done some crystal healing and other things in between that. But it was very much like I was getting myself back together and getting more in touch with my soul at that point, and my soul's purpose and everything. And I started to go back to college to train and do massage and things. I wanted to do things to help people and heal people, and again, another certification. So it was, I was still doing that as well in between, learning crystal healing, and I was doing meditation and yoga, and just really the massage for me felt like that was the gateway in to helping people, and was a bread and butter job, because I was very much in that that programming of that's what I needed to do to earn money. And like the Reiki didn't actually feel like it would have been a career for me, because it would have been something that I did on the side. So I needed to do something that would enable me to be an energy healer on the side and still be in alignment with that healing kind of wellness practices. So that's where I went and became a massage therapist. And then I started to do Reiki 2, and then I didn't do Reiki 3 for a very, very long time, because what started to actually unfold was my own healing and intuitive abilities. I started to channel light language through writing, through sound, through movement. I was connecting a lot with lots of different people who were doing this, and it was interesting because I felt very unsure about sharing these sorts of things even with them, and they're going, oh, you're going to do it, you're going to be doing it. And I thought, I am doing it, but again, it was a lot of self-confidence things, and I wasn't sure what I was doing, because I thought, this is not a certification, what am I doing? I've not learnt this, what's happening, And I kept wanting to do Reiki, and it felt kind of flat. It started to feel flat. And again, it's not anything on Reiki and people who do Reiki, because I'm sure different people, different channels will heal with different energies. This is the whole thing that I'm coming to here, is that we just have different ways of expressing energy healing. We are all multi-dimensional beings, so we're all really connected to different star systems and planets and dimensions. So it's like, what was wanting to come through me is like, I do a lot of things with my hands, And I work a lot with sacred geometry. Like I see sacred geometry, and I help people rework their sacred geometric patterns and tune into that, and obviously drawing these light code images. And so all these different things started to really unfold within itself, and it took me a long time to become confident in just doing that. You know, it's like I was trying to do all these other things, and even when I felt very comfortable, I still thought I'm going to do my level 3, because then I have that master's and I've kind of completed that cycle. And it was like, I'm never going to use this because it's just not really my path. It's not what I'm doing. But it definitely served its purpose for me at the beginning. I'm so grateful to have opened up to this energy, and to know that the universal life force is within me, it's within everybody, and we can all tap into it. Don't really need an attunement. It might feel like you're opening up your field more and more and more, but honestly, if you just meditate, if you are actually really connecting into energy and having this pure intention to be a healer, to be someone of service, like, you will be gifted and brought down the modalities that are within you and for you. And this is why this week I actually uploaded a video for meditation, which was to tune into the holy fire energy and to kind of encourage everybody who listens to these videos to tune into this frequency that I've actually seen that people do. There's something called a Reiki holy fire, or holy fire Reiki, I'm not sure what way around, but honestly, holy fire, it's just this energy that exists. And because pure source creation is us, it's everything, and it always wants us to be well, happy, healthy, and in love, you know. It always wants the best for us and to support us. Our guides always want to support us and guide us, right? So it's always available to you. There's not, you know, everybody has access to this. And I just really want to make that clear, because it makes me kind of sad sometimes when I see that people feel that they can't access something because they need to do certain qualifications or something to have that healing, or they keep going to healers to access that energy when it's already within themselves. And I don't actually really offer sessions anymore, which is just purely me channeling, because this is something that I began to see in clients coming, because they wanted this powerful energy. They saw me doing this amazing energy healing work and wanted that, but wanted it through just being with that. And I love to teach it, really. So that's what I do in mentorships, is guide people to access their inner power, you know, getting rid of some of their old limiting beliefs and what have you, to then up level into themselves and go, wow, I am really powerful. Like, you know, I've got all this energy and this incredible ability to do all these things. And I just love that. Seeing that in people really thrills me. You know, more than just doing something and everyone's like, wow, I feel so good and high, you know, because it can make you feel quite high if you really access this energy, you know, and it's your energy, your life force. So yeah, the holy fire is something that we can use to purify ourselves, to clear and our energy all the time. And we can just call it in, and it will just simply work through us, because it's such a beautiful, magnificent energy that loves, you know, clearing us so that we can be clear channels and be more in connection to our soul, to our spirit, to pure source creation. So yes, I've just jotted down 3 different things that you can do to bring this into yourself, and I've kind of already probably mentioned it throughout, because you'll know what the kind of things that I did. And of course, the key is meditation. Meditation really opens you up. The first thing that I started doing even on my spiritual journey was meditation. And like I said, I was doing Pilates and things, but the meditation really was like, wow, this is super powerful, you know, like, and it was started off with guided meditations, and I was just opening up my field, and it was like so expansive, all this light pouring in. I remember having some really profound experiences, and past life memories and stuff were just pouring in. with like this Buddhist past life in particular with the meditation, which I think is why I became so like, wow, this has got to be my path, because it's like that information and that connection that I have from that lifetime was really wanting to come back through in this lifetime. But instead of being a cave dweller that kept it, kind of to themselves in a way, I'm like kind of bringing that through my teachings now. All the codes, all the connection to the galaxies and the cosmos. It can come through in these ways. We can't really do that in the same way when we're meditating in a cave, but there is always purpose for everything. Okay, so there's no wrong or right. But yeah, meditation, you can do that. And what I really love to do in meditation is set it up like a ceremony, and I have paper and I write these intentions down that I have for the meditation. So maybe I want to open up with particular guides, so I'll write that down. Maybe I want to open up a particular gift. Okay, maybe I want to be able to channel light codes, so I write that down. Maybe I want to just communicate with my spirit guides. Again, that's like kind of what I was doing. I was connecting with my Lemurian connections and guides, because that was another memory that was coming through for me. It was about Lemuria, and that was when all the codes started coming through. I thought, wow, this wasn't what I expected. I thought I was going to be writing down in English. I don't understand this. What's happening? So that's how it can happen, just sitting in meditation and then writing and drawing and stuff like that after you've meditated. Or sometimes I feel like I'm in meditation but I'm drawing, and you become almost like you're just a channel and you're channeling. It's still a form of meditation, I feel. And then I wrote Qigong. So the more you become sensitive to your energy field and you're actively clearing out your energy and cultivating energy, and storing and working with your energy and your life force, you're building up a lot more in your body. You then start to feel it. You can feel it in your fingers, in your palms. You can then open up your own energy centers in your palms. You can just tapping your palm, rubbing your palms, really start to activate the energy here. And you can start to, play with your chi ball and move it around your body. You can start to imagine it's got different colors and start to move that around your body, and that's just healing. Qigong really is very, Reiki really comes from all of the ancient Chinese lineages, and it's coming through in this different format, just doing hands-on healing with everybody. But there's actually a multitude of ways that we can work with energy. It's just Qigong really helps us to flow into that state of tuning into the body. So you can start off with the Qigong practices that have like routines and different postures and different movements, and then allow yourself to break away from that. Eventually start playing with the moves and the postures until they start flowing through you and you start moving and going with your own energy, because this is what it really, again, has stemmed from. If we look even at yoga, just someone observing animals in nature moving and how they healed and how they worked to optimize their body. And it's the same with Qigong. There's like different postures that all relate to the animals and things like that. And we look at the sounds correlate with nature. Everything is really just creating harmony, so we're in harmony with ourselves and nature all around us. And then I wrote play with friends, okay, because if you have friends who like to do this kind of thing, where you like to do energy healing and you want to practice with each other, this is great. I used to do this all the time. I used to do, the exchanges. I know that in Reiki groups, they have, sometimes people do Reiki shares and Reiki groups, and they all just gather to do Reiki on each other. But why not make it more playful, explore, and start working with each other. As long as you set the intentions before you start, set intentions that it's with your guides, set up your sacred geometric field of pure love. So only pure love. You can only play with the highest vibrational resonance that supports and is for the highest and greatest good. Put those boundaries in place so that when you play, you're playing in safety. Okay, you're not just like playing with everything and some little funny entity guys are just going, oh, this will be fun. These people don't know what they're doing. It's not like that. It is about having that supportive space. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that yet, then go and do some workshops with people to learn and harness some energy. That's what we want to do. But it's just about not just getting stuck there and just feeling like that's the only place that you're going to learn. Know that you're going to learn through intuitively tapping into yourself. You have a whole family of light with you, your team, your family, with all the different multiverse which you are connected to because they are aspects of you, and you can start to draw in some of that into this lifetime. And I think that that's really what this time is about. This whole new earth paradigm that we're creating is about people creating beyond this limitation of it's only for them and it's not for me. This is limiting. This is such a limiting belief that only because they're a guru or they're someone who's lived in an ashram all their life that then they have the ability to channel healing powers. It's only that person because they've done this and this, or they've got a lineage, or they've done all these qualifications and they've traveled all around the world. No, literally sometimes I've had the most profound experiences of my life and just sitting meditating in my bedroom, more than sometimes me going into ceremonies and places, because it's just your vibration and your intention of who you are and how you can connect to that, and trusting that connection that you have. It just doesn't matter really where you are. You can sit in a sacred site and you can sit in your bedroom and you can really access the same energy, because you are sacred. You're a sacred temple and you are a sacred portal for divine source creation. So yeah, they're my tips for today. And if you've enjoyed this, please share it with anybody else that you think that might find this useful. And don't forget remember to like and share and subscribe. That's the word I was looking for, subscribe. And I also offer mentorships and things like that, so you can always welcome to reach out for a discovery call about those. So yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful to share with you. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.